Quick video. Shout out to Nikki Chosen with his sister right here. She had a video called "The Self-Hate of Light-Skinned Women and Dark-Skinned Men," and I know this is going to be a very uncomfortable topic, but we have to tackle these topics in these last days. So let's get into it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of mine. In today's message, I am going to talk about why most light-skinned women, or you can also call them mixed race or biracial women, why
They call them mulattoes or the mulatto. She's the mulattress woman, but
prefer dark-skinned or brown-skinned men. We have always heard people talk about dark-skinned men's reasons for dating outside of their skin tone or out of their race, but we never talked about why lighter-skinned women choose and prefer dark-skinned men. Whether you are biracial or mixed, it doesn't matter as long as your complexion is light-skinned. I am talking about you and mainly to the women because I don't notice.
let me say this real quick. A lot of black males preferred lighter women. Really, they've always preferred light-skinned women since the ancient world. Look up the dark-skinned Hebrews found great beauty in clear, ruddy complexion. And I did a video on King Henry VIII on what ruddy means. It means light skin or red bone. So they've always held us in a high esteem as far as physical beauty. All right, the preference for light skinned people, it's not anything new. All right, and a lot of black men, they get light skin and good hair from their mothers who teach them that. All right, is that all black women who teach their sons that? No, so I actually got a video that I'm going to post and I'm going to react to of a dark skinned woman who's teaching her dark skinned children that lighter is better. And that single mother matriarchal video. It's coming soon. I just got to react to it.
A lot of faults with light-skinned men. Okay, so I'm going to get right into this message. The reason these women prefer dark-skinned or brown-skinned men is because of their own insecurities and self-hate.
I agree.
It is one of the main reasons why you see these couples everywhere. It has everything to do with the fact that these women are not at peace with their own skin color. They are not happy that they are mixed or biracial.
And I got a video on that, like how our pathologies between light-skinned men versus light-skinned women or mulatto, whatever, our pathologies are totally different. All right, light-skinned men, we love everything about ourselves, versus light-skinned women, they despise everything about themselves. And I think it's because they're indoctrinated by darker people, and also it's because we go through different things. For example, light-skinned men in the black community are behind enemy lines, and we're extremely ostracized. I mean, we're extremely mocked and we're extremely ridiculed. And even as children, light-skinned males are extremely scrutinized, and we get told that we're different from everybody else as children. Like the guy Kwame Brown, when he said they used to torture light-skinned guys in the hood, or when they was around us, they would torture. That's why they saw light skinned dudes be angry all the time. So you had dark skinned dudes who would tease a light skinned cat. You had dark skinned women who would give the light skinned brother a hard time. And then you got light skinned women who would mock light skinned brothers and give him a hard time for having the same complexion that she got. So we're taught that we're different from everybody. So it forces us to separate and have an identity for ourselves. Now, lucky for us light skinned brothers, it's easier for us to get to date women of other different demographics. So if it wasn't for TikTok and women of different demographics who liked us, for us, we probably wouldn't have no self esteem like that. You see what I'm saying? So thank God for them, But us light skinned guys, we got to find our own identity at a young age. So by the time we come of age, we'll actually like ourselves. We get made fun of for it. It actually brings a lot of people's insecurity out about how confident we are.
They have not embraced who they are. They feel like they are not black enough, wishing they were darker or just brown skin.
And that comes from giving light skinned women preferential treatment in the black community, because if light skinned women were more treated like light skinned men, then um they would have no choice but to embrace themselves. See, that's what I'm saying. Like light skinned guys, we had no choice but to accept ourselves because we were told we were different at a young age. Light skinned women were always accepted. The only time that they was, get ridiculed if dark skinned women just got tired of trying to compete with them. And even back then, they wasn't really allowed to say nothing because black men were trying to make it seem like they were jealous of them, which could be partially true. But I mean, that's a good reason to be jealous of somebody when they're trying to steal what belongs to you, or they're trying to take your throne, or where you're supposed to sit at. You know, so that makes total sense. Because a lot of dark skinned guys they don't let light skinned brothers represent them. They gonna let you know that I'm the real black man. Even though there's no such thing as black, it's not a real thing. But they're gonna tell them that. So I advocate for it.
Because I have never understood why you would not find someone of the opposite sex that has your own skin color attractive. That is like not finding your own skin color attractive.
I agree.
These men and women are dealing with self-hate.
I agree.
They have a self-hating spirit on them. This kind of spirit can cause anyone to hate themselves. Anything from your body, your hair, your features, your height, your size.
Let me say this to defend the light skins a little bit, but it's not their fault all the way. But I don't think light skinned women want to be dark skinned women from a beauty standpoint. When you hear light skinned people, especially light skinned women, say they wish they were darker, I don't think they mean that actually because they don't like the way they look. I think they're trying to blend in somewhere because they don't have an identity for themselves and they haven't figured out who they are as people yet because they're hiding their history from light-skinned mulatto people. So when people don't know who they are, they like to hide behind other groups of people until they figure out who they are as people and they embrace who they are. And light-skinned women use that with dark-skinned people, especially with the men. So they hide behind dark-skinned women and dark-skinned men until they find out who they are. But the light-skinned brothers, we had to do that when we was kids because we were taught that we were different, But they people like to hide behind other groups of people until they figure out who they are as people and until they embrace who they are. And like she said, a lot of light-skinned women have to embrace who they are. And it's funny they use Keisha Cole and Nico right here. Let me also say that we are an extreme minority. The vast majority of the Israelites and the Judeans here in America are darker complected. And keep in mind that light-skinned women are sought after. And light-skinned men are like unicorns. You rarely see us because we're rare. So I see light-skinned women that I talk to on the job and we chop it up. We get along perfectly fine. But also since they're so sought out of by black men who are the majority over light-skinned men, by the time you even try to talk to one, they already bagged up by one. So, I mean, it is what it is, but...
Your shape, your skin color, your race, and so on. These women are not at peace with their own complexion. It doesn't matter
I agree.
how pretty, confident, and self-loving they appear. Most black people suffer from low self-esteem because of what happened to black men and women during slavery, and they think that people that are lighter than them are...
Let me say this, the slavery doctrine is not real. The mulattoes had it probably even worse than black people during slavery. All right? Nat Turner and all these other guys were light-skinned men. Light-skinned men are the real warriors. They had to fight. All right, but that's another topic for another day. Light-skinned guys had it worse during slavery. The house in the field slave is not real. The Willie Lynch letter is not real. All right, the house in the field slave narrative is not real. All right, it wasn't based off skin color. All right. So that's another reason because a lot of people are lying to light-skinned people about real history. That's why their self-esteem is so low because they're being lied to about their real history. They're not going to tell the light-skinned black man, American Negro, and the mulattoes that y'all history goes back thousands of years. They're not going to tell you that King David was a mulatto or a light-skinned Negro man, American black man. And he looked a lot like Steph Curry. And he was the greatest warrior to ever walk this earth. They're going to tell you that you came from white men raping black women and hiding your history and calling you a mutt. They're not going to give you your real history because they want your self-esteem to be low. Because once your self-esteem is low, they can control you better. Why didn't they do that in the first place? And another reason why you see a lot of dark-skinned men and white men sporting light-skinned women is because, especially in the movies, because they're trying to send light-skinned men a message. All right, that's another topic for another day. But these two people, this couple in the photo, I remember seeing them back in like 2017, 2018. I think her name was Jasmine, and his name was Kobe, I believe. And this chick right here used to say, I swear I'm not lying. She used to tell in the video, she would say, when they would go to the pool and stuff like that, she would say, I wish I was brown skinned. She used to literally say that. I was like, this relationship ain't gonna work. Not because it was something wrong with him, it's just that, just her mindset, like it was weird. Like she wanted to be something that she wasn't so bad. Maybe she wanted to blend in. And I feel like, you know, she kind of knew that even though she was with dude, she felt awkward because it wasn't really a celebrated thing. People used to tell them all the time that they look like brothers and sisters, especially darker skinned people. Dark skinned people say that y'all look like brothers and sisters when y'all date. They say that when they usually have a fetish for light skinned men or light skinned women. And they want to separate y'all so they can have y'all for themselves. That's why they do that. It's not necessarily because y'all really look like brothers and sisters. Even though they do look similar, but of course y'all come from the same ethnic background. Just like dark skinned people look just alike. It's just that dark skinned women don't wear a lot of their natural stuff. But if you tell them to take that stuff off, they look the exact same. Same thing with a Caucasian woman. If you put a blonde haired, blue eyed Caucasian woman next to a blonde haired, blue eyed Caucasian male, they look the exact same because they're the same ethnic group. They're the same genetic makeup. Alright? So that's why they tell y'all that, because they just have a fetish for light skinned Negroes, and they're just trying to cause confusion amongst y'all. That's why they do that.
More attractive, have a better life, and are happier than them. That's what they think of light skinned people. They're thinking there is no way a light skinned person would want to have my complexion or want to be me. A light skinned person would never tell you that, but it will show in other ways. Just because you think that someone is attractive does not mean that they cannot have self-hate or insecurities. In 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7 it says that man look at the outward appearance, but the Lord look at the heart.
Absolutely.
God sees our hearts and reads our thoughts.
Absolutely.
People look at the outward appearance of a person and make judgment based on that.
Absolutely. When we read the scriptures, the heart represents the mind. That's what it means when it says heart. Meaning the mind, meaning the Most High looks at your mindset. Your heart, meaning your mind. All right?
You can also tell how someone feels about themselves based on who they're with.
I agree.
If you love yourself and your complexion, it's natural to want to be with someone that has your own complexion as well. When you have real self-love, all you want to see is a reflection of yourself as far as your complexion. When you're not at peace with yourself, you want someone the complete opposite to not remind you of what you look like or of who you are. And these people can deny it all they want, but this is the truth. I don't see anything wrong with a light-skinned mixed-race man. What is wrong with them? Absolutely nothing. They're just as confident, successful, masculine, strong, smart as dark-skinned men. The only difference between them and a dark-skinned man is their complexion, which means the reason these women date dark-skinned men is because of their complexion and because they don't like their own.
Yes, because they've been indoctrinated by dark-skinned people. All right, light-skinned women, they look more towards dark-skinned men more than they look towards light-skinned men. And that's why I'm in my channel, so I can give you light-skinned brothers a little bit more wisdom so that y'all can direct them, and not have other groups of men direct y'all women, because women are like sheep. I don't mean to say that, because I'm not trying to say women are not intelligent, because they are, but I'm saying like they're not. The woman is like a parrot and a follower. She's not She's a copycat. She's not. She's just going to repeat what she hears, even if it's completely lies and false. The woman just repeat what she hears like a parrot. You know, so you have to really, teach them and show them the way to go because they can easily be led astray. Women are open vessels for demons. I heard the Brother Chronicle say that too, but they are. It's true.
This is why they say, I cannot be with a light skinned man because I am already light skinned.
Facts.
You see?
I remember when I was a kid and I was in middle school, and we used to act silly in the classroom. And when I'd be like, I'm the best looking dude in here. And my teacher was light skinned. She was a light skinned female. She was tall. I wasn't really attracted to her, but like we used to joke around, not with the teacher, but we used to say that in class. And one day she told me like, yeah, you the best looking in here. It was between me and this cat. And she was like, yeah, you the best looking one looking here, but I like chocolate dudes. So she pointed to him. That's more her type. And then she explained why. She said, I can't date no light skinned dude because our kids don't come out too light. And at the time, I didn't really know nothing about no skin color. I didn't care about that stuff. Whatever that just brought that up to me. I mean, that's just that's just resonate with me. And it's funny because I never heard light skinned dudes saying this. It's always light skinned females who be saying this. And a lot of you light skinned cats, y'all don't ridicule light skinned women enough. I'm not saying you have to jump down their throat, but y'all don't question them enough about that. But it is what it is.
If they get with a mixed race man,
because best believe if a dark skinned woman say that, a dark skinned woman is not going to be able to get away with that. Like a dark skinned dude is going to tell her she's self hating, and it's going to work. But if you tell a light skinned chick she's self hating, she probably wouldn't even care.
that would make them feel like they really are mixed, and they don't want to feel that way. They want to feel like a black woman.
Absolutely.
Which they're not. So that's why they prefer a dark-skinned man, because being with a dark-skinned man makes them feel equal to a black woman.
Facts, and vice versa. That's why dark-skinned dudes get with light-skinned women, because they want to feel more like a light-skinned man. They want to feel handsome, or like a handsome guy, what they perceive to be handsome or whatever.
Let me say this. Whenever a person does not like something about themselves, they are going to try to change it.
Absolutely.
But because you cannot change your skin color, they get with someone of that skin color, because that is one step closer to what they wish they were. They are trying to run away from being mixed or biracial and attach themselves to blackness. Meanwhile, black men...
Also, when they say blackness, they just mean crack baby culture. They want to be a part of the matriarchy. Alright? Blackness just means crack baby culture. Alright, there's no such thing as blackness or black culture. That's not real. It's just basically who's going to be the biggest cartoon character, and who's going to be the biggest crack baby. And we know women want to be a part of that. They want to be a part of chaos, at dysfunction. That's what draws them really to them. They're drawn to the chaos and the dysfunction that they promote in their community amongst darker people. That's actually another reason why they're drawn to dark-skinned men. They like the chaos they cause. They're drawn to that energy.
Are trying to run away from being black and attach themselves to anything that is lighter than them. This is self-hate. When you say that you find a darker brown-skinned man more attractive than a light-skinned man, what you're also saying is that you also find a dark-skinned and brown-skinned woman more attractive than yourself. And chances are, you want to be darker yourself. You wish you had more melanin in your skin so that you can just identify yourself as black and not light-skinned black or mixed. And these women are in competition with and jealous of black women. They always say that black women are jealous of them. They are projecting their own insecurities onto dark-skinned women because they are the ones that want the counterparts of dark-skinned women. Most black women do not prefer light-skinned men, which means they are the ones that are really envious of black women.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think this is a new phenomenon. I think that light-skinned black women don't prefer light-skinned men now because it's just a trend. Women are groupies. And light-skinned women are the biggest groupies on earth. I ain't gonna lie about that. When light-skinned women dumped dark light-skinned dudes in the 90s, and went to dark skinned dudes and never came back. And they didn't leave light skinned dudes because light skinned dudes was arrogant, cocky, whatever they're trying to say. That's not why they left them. They left them because it was a trend. Everything the woman does is about a trend, especially the light skinned female. And I remember this cat, Nature Boy, was doing. He was talking on his Instagram live, and he was down in the light skinned girls. And he was like, "That's how you got to talk to light skinned girls because light skinned females are always trying to look for the next best thing, and that's women in general, but especially them." And I'm like, when I think about it, like he's right. Like light skinned women are really groupies. They like status chasers. That's another reason why they don't like light skinned guys because the media portrays light skinned guys as uncool, corny, soft spoken. You know what I'm saying? And even though it's not based in the reality, because light skinned men, we're the alpha males everywhere. Like even throughout history, even biblical history, we're the alpha males. We're the best warriors on the planet Earth. If you look at all sports, these light skinned dudes, we outshine dark skinned men at everything. When they give light skinned dudes an equal opportunity, and we're in the same room, we outshine them dudes in white dudes and all groups of men. That's why they won't allow light skinned men in these spaces because they fear that we're going to outshine them. All right, but that's another topic for another day.
I can say a whole lot about this, but I'll leave it here. They want to compete so much. They do this when they get into black women's spaces. They
I agree.
compete because they know that they come second to black women. Black women are the original.
Black women as an Israelite woman. Israelite women meaning black American women, meaning women of color, are the original. All right, not just dark skinned women. They've been trying to push that narrative for a very long time. The Most High didn't just make dark skinned people, and that was it. The Most High made people of color, from light brown to dark brown, like the scripture say, we come from the dirt upward. I mean, we were made from the dirt. If you look at dirt, it comes in various shades of brown, not black. The Israelites, or the Judeans specifically, are various shades of brown, not black. All right, and they've been pushing that narrative that light skinned people are just watered down Negroes. That's not what the truth. They come from the same place that dark skinned people come from, which is the dirt. All right, and even mixed race people, they've been on the earth for thousands of years. You know, and we know that race is nationality and tribe, and that's determined by the seed of your father. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but I do. You know, we're two different ethnicities, but we're two different. We're the same race. If your father's Israelite, then you are Israelite. But you have two different ethnic groups. You have a black, meaning a dark skinned Negro. You have a mulatto, all right, or mulatto, whatever.
And we're here first and are the blueprints. And they want to
The Judean woman or the Israelite woman, the Judean specific, she's the blueprint, and it has nothing to do with skin complexion, really. All right, meaning the woman of color here in America. Also, they claim that dark skin is the original, but say Africa, for example, Africa has always been diverse, even before for thousands and thousands of years. Christopher Columbus even wrote an article saying when he went to Africa, but it's before America existed, he seen blacks and tawnies, meaning light skins and dark skins. All right, it's before America existed, and also the Caucasian scientists claimed and they believe that they seen the ancient group of people, the most ancient group of people on the planet Earth, according to their research, is the Science Tribesmen. And if you look at the Science Tribesmen, they all light skinned or lighter skinned. So this notion, if your skin tone is not a certain way, then you're watered down is BS. Now we know that the Israelites or the Black Americans are the really we are the ancient most group of people, and we know that all nations come from the men of color here in America. That's a fact. All right, but
raise the faces of black women and replace it with light skinned women. They want black women.
black just means Israelite or Judean. That's all it means. All right, that's why I hate the term black because it's not our real title. It's just the term black wasn't even a thing to the '60s, and it didn't even become popular amongst people of color here in America to the '90s. That's not what our people are supposed to be called. That's not what our nation is supposed to be called.
They want black men to find them more attractive than dark skinned women. These
Yes,
women are
that's true.
sick. Why do you want
They are
validation from
sick.
men that are not your counterparts? And to black women, I want to say stop competing with these women And if you're hating on them, stop hating on them. You don't need to. You are the queens of the earth. You were here first.
That's not true. Like the Most High didn't just make dark skinned Negroes. He made people of color. All right. Going back to Adam and Eve. And Adam and Eve were not the first people of color on the planet Earth either. But it's also rumors that they were light skinned Negroes. But that's another topic. She got a video I'm gonna react to like that.
They are only here due to race mixing
That's
and
not true.
interracial dating. They want your spot. If someone is competing with you, it's because they think that you're better than them or that you have something over them. They are competing for a spot they will never get because you can never replace what came here first. Dark skinned women are the original.
No, they're not.
These
They're
women
not the
want
only
something
original.
that belongs to you, your skin color. They sometimes hope for brown skinned children. They want men your color. And the fact that you belong to a race and they don't. They are in the middle.
They are mulattoes. They need their ethnic group, but they're Israelites. They're Judeans, but their fathers are Black Americans. But
Anytime someone wants something that is yours, they are going to become envious of you.
I agree.
Stay away from these women. Stop letting them into your social groups, your friend circles. And at the same time, let us all have respect for one another. To light skinned men, I want to say,
I agree. Dark skinned women, y'all need to stop allowing light skinned women in y'all groups for sure. Let them know that they're different. Don't feel bad about because dark skinned dudes, they do the same thing to light skinned brothers. They do. All right, all groups of men do it. All groups of women do it. You have a right to protect your throne. All right, don't let dark skinned dudes lie to y'all and say y'all can't do that, y'all, because y'all can.
if you are ever wondering what is going on with these women, they are dealing with self hate. They're not happy that they are biracial or mixed or just light skinned.
I agree.
And they are trying to run away from who they are. And you are a reminder of who they are. And that is why they cannot be with a light skinned man.
I agree.
Okay, so I am going to show you guys a screenshot of a video clip or a picture of the movie called Malcolm X.
Interesting photos. I did a video on Malcolm X earlier. You know, you got the black, white, and red. You know, like those color schemes that these celebrities use. It's usually for the black mass. You know, for Pan, but then the X, you know, is for I believe it's for Osiris, the god Osiris. You know, and you see he's doing that pose, and he's in the know. So, you know, for the mother goddess, but who knows?
By
Could be.
Denzel Washington. In this video clip,
See
Malcolm
the X
X
again.
said that his mom was a fair-skinned woman and hated the European blood in her or the white man blood in her.
Facts.
And
I
that
got a
was the
video coming about that. That tortured mulatto spirit. They getting taught by dark skinned people they're inferior because they're lighter complected, which is a damn lie. You know, but light skinned women they fall for stuff like that. And you light skinned brothers have to be astute minded enough to correct them on that. You know, because they're completely brain dead about that.
reason she married his father, a very dark-skinned man.
Facts.
Okay, so you guys, you can go and check this out for yourselves. That would confirm everything I said in this message. Okay, so that was my message for.
But yeah, that's all she's saying. A great video by his sister, Nikki Chosen One. I agree with a lot of what she said. You know, but I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.